Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 96 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Get ready.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 2nd down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
And congratulations on their win last week, but they didn't get a whole lot of time to celebrate it on Sunday. They were right back to work on Monday, but you'll have to do things differently when you prepare for a Thursday night game. Because normally you'll take some time off. Here you get right back to work on the game plan mentally, and probably not put any pads on until you play again Thursday night.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down. And here now the Baltimore offense.
And they should be set up for a big game. They have one of the hottest offenses in the league. They're coming in riding a winning streak. But we've seen these quick turnaround games really wreak havoc with what you've done previously. Hopefully they simplified their offense, and they'll just let their playmakers go out and do what they do best.
On third down, Holman. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. A look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. On third down, Holman. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels. I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And the Ravens taking the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now, first down. Jackson going to throw right side here, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. On second down, Holman. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They go play action with Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, McFarland. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action now. Jackson. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, so the call stands. Tough now. They're out of challenges. Do you like the amount of challenges they have in the NFL?
I do, because I think it brings a little extra strategy into the game about a head coach trying to determine when is the right time to pull the challenge flag, or maybe I let that one pass because I might need it later on in a bigger situation.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. On 1st down, Holman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the 2nd quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So, kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Well, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Holman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Holman. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team...
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 41. The Broncos on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Well, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. So that'll back him up 5. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On 2nd down now. It's Beck. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On first down, Holman, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson, quick hitter here. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Jackson now 9 of 17 through the air. To throw is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson got a man. It's Brown. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Jackson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Going right side here, and that's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you two in just a moment. First, we just want to give everybody a look ahead to what's in store for us this weekend as we enter the final month of this NFL season. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the one down in Carson, where it'll be the Chargers taking on the Cleveland Browns. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Atlanta Falcons. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a real.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a
2nd and 14. This is the tight end Fant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big 30-yard play on third.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
12 yards the pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll drop the throw. This is Fant on the short completion. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Mullins. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Oh, this is blocked. And now the Ravens get him. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Back to throw now on first down. Johnson's got it complete. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Let's go.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making a play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A very good gain on 1st down, 9 yards on the dump-off. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Holman. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. On 3rd down, Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. That's pulled in at the 32. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well. I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Holman, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Here's Jackson on 3rd down. Oh, no, he lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right?
Now, look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Tucker now for the extra point. The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. It's a pretty simple formula, Charles. A field goal, all you need, that wins you the game.
And the most confident guys going out on the field to direct their teams, they've probably already talked to their kicker before they went out and let him know, don't worry, you got a chance to be a hero in this one. I'll set you up, you just knock it through the post. His plan, get the team downfield and get them into position. They've gone over it many times in practice. That's how he's going to approach it.
And now on the sideline, everyone stay away from the kicker. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. And he'll have have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is the tight end fan. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room.